So let's see. So let's see if this is working. If anybody can hear me, comment. I wonder if they comment on the YouTube chat, is that how you comment on there? Wonder if it'll pop up right there. What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Mr. T Money 1993. Trying this for the first time. Just put Wirecast Pro, or whatever the Wirecast thing is, on my phone. Trying to see if this is gonna work. If you can hear me, okay. Dirty Bird Jamel. Thoughts on the McCaffrey pick? Okay, so that's how that's gonna work. Does everybody know, if you heard me talk about the draft, I really wanted Fournette really bad. I knew it was a possibility he wouldn't drop, but I was hoping and praying. As far as McCaffrey, man, I think McCaffrey has the potential to ball if we're ready to develop and change and take our offense to the next level. I don't want to see them, which I mean, it's a little bit part of me that's afraid to. Don't just make him a third down back. If you're going to go McCaffrey, you have to go all in. We're going to have to turn it up the tempo, go a little bit more no huddle like we did during Cam's MVP year, and do a lot of moving the personnel, moving from running back to wide receiver. The trick to that when you go no huddle is the defense isn't going to be able to change their personnel. Then at that point, you might end up with a linebacker on Christian McCaffrey. And Christian McCaffrey, as we all know, can make plays in space. So it's not as good as getting Fournette, but McCaffrey still is a good pick, a dynamic athlete. And I'm ready just to, see what he's going to do. I'm ready to get him on the field. I'm ready for rookie mini camps, like right now, training camp right now. If anybody knows, is rookie mini camp this month, or not April, of course. Is it the end of May or in June? I'm not sure. But either way, as soon as I'm ready to see all of them, ready to see. Only thing about that, nor OTAs and stuff, of course, Cam isn't going to be there. So we're not going to really see everybody and how that dynamic works until training camp. But appreciate the question, Jamel. If you still listening, tell me, how do you feel about McKinley that y'all took in the first round? I was hoping I was going to be able to figure it out how this worked. Better for $5.99. Okay, so I can share this on Twitter, I think. So let me see. Shared it on Twitter. Oh, you can share this on a lot of stuff. Okay. My bad. I'm trying to figure out how this. Like I said, this is my first time using it. I just put it on my phone today. Trying to see exactly. Loved the tag pick. Got Vic his help on the other side. So you're. So tack is gonna start to you. With that, if you're saying Vic got help. So in your eyes, tack is going to start from day one. Because I know y'all had, hey, I didn't re-sign the White. So Tag is going to play linebacker or on your D-line somewhere. Let's see. What else can I do with this? So anybody that's watching, can y'all see the picture with all of our draft picks? Is that what y'all see as a background right now? Like, is that what y'all hear my voice talking over that? They should have a way to let you see who's the people that's watching. Strictly DN. Okay. But doing that, he's going to be a pass rusher or he can stop the run? Like, is he going to be undersized playing defense end? I don't, yes, Eagle speed. Yes to which, I don't know. You saying yes to the question I asked, the picture and voice and background, yes. Okay, that's what I want. I didn't check out Tat McKinley just because I knew he was listed at outside linebacker. I knew he wasn't going that way. And I knew we definitely wasn't taking him at 8, and I figured he wouldn't be there by pick 40. So is Tat McKinley going to be able to stop the run consistently, or is he going to be like a third down pass rusher? For anybody out there, if you know about Tat McKinley. Eagle Speed, you watch though. I feel like both the first two guys we drafted are guys y'all probably would have loved to have in Philly with Christian McCaffrey and Curtis Samuels. From what I hear, he can stop the run just as well. Okay. So he's going to be a 3-down defensive end. That's okay. I'm not going to say yay or nay on him. Just because I don't, like I said, I didn't look at Tat McKinley at all. Anytime with those kind of prospect guys, I try to talk from what I seen and from what I heard. And I didn't, like I said, I wasn't listening for Tat McKinley at all. Chubbs, what's up, T-Money? What's up, Chubbs? I know you feel y'all draft was good. I talked to you a little bit earlier on the RTP's little thing. But you can go back to try to, if you want to hear some, because it's a little bit hard to comment exactly sometimes what you mean. But if you want to talk about my team, you want to talk about your team, we can definitely do that, man. No problem with that. We both had visits with your first two picks. Yeah, I figured I figured both of them looked like guys Philly would probably love. Eagle Speed, especially McCaffrey. Yeah, I know you was talking about McCaffrey for a minute, hoping he slipped. McCaffrey just shot up the board during this process. Well, he not shot, but he at first it kind of started. He was supposed to go, in the mid to low first round, and he slowly climbed his way up. But I remember around here, anybody who listens to WFNZ and know that I be on there sometimes, the argument for a while was Fournette, Dalvin Cook, and then slowly but surely, McCaffrey came into the conversation. Then the conversation, Dalvin Cook totally got replaced out the conversation, and the conversation became Fournette or McCaffrey, which luckily Gettleman, that choice was kind of decided for him because Fournette was off the board at 4. I know a lot of people was like, oh, I mean, you didn't like McCaffrey or you didn't want it Fournette. Of course, Fournette to me is a once-in-a-lifetime talent. My thing was, again, if you have Fournette and McCaffrey on the board, you better take Fournette. But McCaffrey is definitely a special guy, especially cat on his own. And off the field, he seems more in the Luke Kuechly mode as far as always wanting to study film, not really going out like that. Guy who goes to sleep early because dude was here today. He was complaining about getting 6 hours of sleep. Like, how much more do you get? But I don't think we're going to have no off the field trouble from McCaffrey. He's not that kind of guy. Seemed definitely very family oriented. And if you look at the athletes in his family, like, their pedigree and genes are like, his grandfather was an Olympic runner. His mom was a soccer player at Stanford. His dad, of course, played with the Broncos and won 3 Super Bowls. And I think he has another brother that's in the NFL. That's crazy. Max McCaffrey. That's crazy to have all them athletes in your family, man. They got some good genes. Ooh. Excuse me. For anybody, I don't know, anybody who's watching, if y'all have a question about who's who in our, in this picture of who we drafted, man, that fullback we drafted is huge. 6'3", I think 250 something pounds. He's gonna make Mike Tober look like a fucking midget or something. Mind you, he didn't play fullback in college. He played fullback in high school, and college he played defensive end and I think tight end and something else. He played like 3 positions, and none of those positions was fullback, but we're gonna move him back to fullback. But I mean, we went out. This is what I like to hear about everybody we drafted. Well, I didn't really look for the kicker, but pretty much everybody we drafted, we went and looked at. We pulled no Bears and Mitch Trubisky situation where the Bears took Mitch Trubisky. Mitch said they didn't work him out. They didn't interview him. They didn't do nothing as far as homework on Mitch Trubisky. That they really must have just took him off of his tape and his combine performances, which is bold if it works. It takes balls to do that. LOL, Chad Kelly just got picked. Chad Kelly. Oh, dude from Clemson that got kicked out, went to Ole Miss. Who did he get picked by, Chubbs? Yeah, I don't have nothing to say bad about Chad Kelly. I didn't really know about Chad Kelly like that. Well, I knew about him from Clemson, and I didn't really pay attention. Anybody who watched Last Chance U, Chad Kelly talks about going to East Mississippi for a year. But Chad Kelly seemed wild, man. He seemed like he'd be freaking fun to party with. Dirty Bird Jamel, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of didn't get the Curtis Samuels pick at first. Why? Because you did like everybody else and figured, they're just going double running backs. Why would they do that? They won't pick 2 of the same running backs. Curtis Samuels is not, he might get to run the ball. He's not playing running back. I'm pretty sure Curtis Samuels is going to be our new slot receiver to replace Ted Ginn. And tell me that's not going to be fucking crazy. 4.31, better hands than Ted Ginn. And he had a lot of catches last year. He had 70-something catches. If I told you I had a receiver for you that ran a 4.31 and had 70 catches, would you take him? Most people would. So like I said, Curtis Samuels is going to play. But imagine this. If we come out, Kelvin Funchess on the outside, and in the slot, you got Greg Olsen, Curtis Samuels, and McCaffrey in the backfield. That sounds pretty damn dangerous. Eagle speed. I love the Barnett pick. He's a big. Yeah, I like Barnett. My thoughts going into the draft of what I would have liked to do is if Fournette was off the board, which he was at 8, I probably would have tried to trade back with Cleveland to 12 and hope you either get Barnett or McCaffrey. But we didn't. They love McCaffrey. They said they got offers to trade now, and they took him. Um, as long as they don't come out ever and say the Chiefs made a call about doing that trade to get Patrick Mahomes, I'm good. Now, if that ever came out, I don't know. You're getting 2 first rounds and an extra third round for them to pick Patrick Mahomes. I really thought they was doing that to take Watson. You don't take Patrick Mahomes at 10. They picked 20-something. Patrick Mahomes might have been there. But I'm sure they got scared because Mitch went so early at number 2. That they said, hey, it's only 2 quarterbacks left that we probably really looked at or that are considered first-round guys. And we pick all the way at, what they picked, 25, 26, something like that. So they was like, let us go ahead and trade up to get Mahomes. But I'm not a Mahomes pick. I'm not a Mahomes fan at all. Mahomes look like you went in your family in the backyard and you played football. That's how Mahomes look. He doesn't do no reads, no progressions, no play calls, no nothing at all. It's literally backyard, scramble around to throw the football. Which pick you like the most? Jamel, you talking about out of my draft picks or picks in general? You gotta have to clarify a little bit for me. Chubbs said Denver. Oh, Chad Kelly went to Denver. I don't mind that. Is he gonna get a chance to fight for the starting position is what I'm talking about. With Paxton Lynch and Trevor Siemian, and our defense looks a lot better now on paper. Does it? Took that safety. Is he really gonna play this year? Lattimore does. Lattimore makes your defense better. Lattimore, and y'all still got Devin, bro. Will probably be your corners. That's not a bad corner matchup. Brandon Graham and Barnett. I don't really know about Brandon Graham like that. Our defense is. I already read that. Bro and Lattimore, yeah. I did not mean to do that. I can move that around. I wanted Kamara, but the Saints got him. Yeah, Kamara could have fit with y'all. New Orleans, I guess if he's going to get playing time this year as their third back, receiving back, sort of like their new Sproles, I guess it'll work. If you got him to stash, I guess you wasted a pick, kind of. Then we'll probably go with a 3 safety with Bell, Vaccaro, and Williams. But y'all just re-signed Raphael Bush, so what you going to do with Raphael Bush? Remember, he balled out, then left for a year and came back. Jamel said from your team. It's really a tie between McCaffrey and Samuels. I like all my picks, but it's got to be a tie between them two. If I had to choose one, just because we need sort of kind of slot guy more, I guess I would have to say Curtis Samuels, but it's pretty much a tie between the two guys. Kamara is a weapon for us now. Yep, like I said, if he's going to be used as your receiving back, your new Darren Sproles, Kamara scared me a little bit just because I wanted to know why Tennessee didn't give him the ball if he that good. I think Kansas City got bait into that trade. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because Trubisky was off the board. They picked 20-something. But my whole thing is, yeah, the Chiefs struggled in that playoffs game, but as a playoff team, I'm trying to do what I need to do to contend for that next year, to get over the hump of beating New England. And Patrick Mahomes right now is not going to do that. You still got Alex Smith on the contract for 2 more years. Mahomes not going to be a 2-year starter. So you gave up a first next year and a 3rd-round pick that could have got you an impact player to get a quarterback who's probably not going to play this year. I see Kamara being a 3rd-down back. So where does AP come in if he's a 3rd-down back? Aries, shaking my head, trying to make sense of why you couldn't spell the word sense right, but I don't know what you mean by that, Aries. Who that Chubbs? Yeah, but keep in mind with Bush that he was playing when Rob Ryan was at DC. So I can't really say how he'll be with Dennis Allen. I mean, but scheme-wise and play-wise, didn't Dennis Allen take over that year? I know he took over. Didn't he take over halfway through the year y'all had Rob Ryan? And then he was fully the defensive coordinator last year. So I think Raphael played under him. Raphael probably played half a season under Dennis Allen before. Aries, home, gonna sit for 2 years. Oh, that's what you was talking about. Trying to make it. Okay. Yeah, Mahomes gonna sit. They got Alex Smith on the contract for 2 years. And Mahomes not ready to start right now, so you didn't get an impact player. That's my whole thing. You were a playoff contending team. You lost to the Steelers because you couldn't get no offense. You lost to the Steelers who kicked all field goals. I don't think the Steelers ever scored a touchdown in that game. And you took Patrick Mahomes, who's not going to help you. And you didn't take a third-round guy. You didn't take a third round. You missed on a third-round player, which you missed out on. By taking Patrick Mahomes, you missed out on 2 players this year and a player next year that can help you get over the hump. You won your division. You went 12-4. How, coming into this offseason, your question should have been, what can we do to get over the hump? What can we do to get into the Super Bowl? What can we do to win the Super Bowl? We know you got to go through New England. You know you got to probably go through Pittsburgh. The AFC really don't have contenders like that. It's really New England, Pittsburgh, and everybody else. I mean, the Texans. I think the Texans going to be contenders with that crazy defense that they added to with Cunningham and Deshaun Watson. I say it all the time. If they would have took Teddy Bridgewater over to David Clowney, they would have been in the Super Bowl by now. If they wouldn't have won one, they would have at least been in one. Chubb said, yeah. Yeah, I figured that. I knew Dennis Allen took over. They fired Rob Ryan after the start of the year. Dennis Allen finished that year as a defensive coordinator. And then last year, he coordinated for the full year. But, I mean, let me know what other questions y'all got for me. What else y'all want to know about? A question I have for all of y'all. When y'all say y'all watch tape on somebody, y'all watch film on somebody, in your definition, what does that mean? What did you do when you say that? Do you watch highlights? Do you watch Twitter? Do you watch Twitter highlights? Do you watch the little tapes they have of certain games? Do you watch... Because me personally, when I say that, I watch tape, it's a combination of everything. Like, I'll watch full games. Like, if you go on my playlist, I have a playlist with full games, and I watch full games. I watched, when I was interested in Fournette, I watched Fournette versus Wisconsin. I watched Fournette and LSU play full game, but against Alabama. Me watching tape is not just me watching highlights. Your highlights is always going to be your best thing. The game stuff, you might have, you might know a little bit more if you watch the game stuff. I watch games, not just highlights. Okay, Aries. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you go on my playlist full games right now, the first game on there, or like the newest game I put on there, is Stanford versus Kansas State. Because I'm going to go down and watch every Stanford game from last year. Then, I mean, even if I'm even feeling that, I mean, at that point, I might watch it from the year he finished second in the Heisman. I don't got time to watch full games. So, Chuz, when you say you watch film on somebody, or you looked at this guy, you studied this guy, what do you mean? Are you meaning what Bucky Brooks says, what NFL Network says? You watching highlight? Like, to me, what is that? What does that mean? And for me, I can do that kind of stuff because I'm the type of guy that I watch TV when I eat. So Like if I'm eating some food or eating dinner or something, I have some kind of TV on, watching a game or watching Netflix, watching Hulu, anything like that. I mean, that's just my thing. I mean, that's just how it's easier for me. I can sit down, eat, chill out, relax, just sit there and watch a game. And even that, like, I still get into the old games. Like, I can watch the 96 game versus the Cowboys in the playoffs and still get into it, even though I know the result. Aries said, what do you think about our picks? I didn't know a lot of y'all picks, I don't think. Who'd y'all take besides Tack? Refresh my memory for me, Aries. Yeah, right now I don't have nothing in front of me. I don't remember who y'all picked right now. Once you give me that, I can tell you how I feel about them. But who's ready to get their new guys on Madden? For all my Madden players out there. Usually this time, which I'm never really on my PlayStation like that no more, but usually this time is when the guys start itching and wanting to play with their new draft picks. So usually I come out with a little league with the rosters updated, or those little custom rosters with all our rookies on it. Just because, like for instance, I might go watch Tack against USC. Draft breakdown just shows the plays that the player is on the field only. Okay. But it only shows the plays they have impacts on, like every play. Like if I'm watching the corner, do I watch the plays when he's covering but the ball's not thrown his way, or is it only going to show the times they throw over there? When they say go watch the Ohio versus LSU game, I go watch, see that. So you watch draft breakdowns. I watch the tape they have breaking down the player. So Dirty Bird Jamel and Who Dat Chuz both watch the draft breakdowns. Jamel, like for instance, I might go watch Tack against USC. Jamel, you don't want to watch that game. He didn't do shit there. So Aries, did he struggle? He didn't have an impact, or he was hurt, or like what was going on? Duke from LSU. I mean, Duke fits with the linebackers you have. I didn't, like I said, linebackers. I have Shaq, I have Kuechly, and I have Thomas Davis. I didn't really watch linebackers a lot. I mean, besides the linebackers, I noticed Riley some, because like I said, I was watching LSU. I was watching Fournette, and I was looking at Jamal Adams. So, I mean, the games I saw, Riley didn't look bad. Every play from that game, as long as he's on the field. So if I'm watching Lattimore, it shows Lattimore covering, even though Lattimore necessarily didn't throw to his receiver, but it's still showing me, okay, that's good. So, because for that, my whole thing is I like watching the techniques. Like for my corners, for my safeties, I like watching, okay, do you take it off if they're not throwing your way? Do you take it off if they're running to your side, if they're not running from your side? If they're not running from your side, do you hustle to get across the field to make the tackle? Like, I really like studying the game, man. Aries said it wasn't an impact during that game. So Jamel might want to watch it to see why he wasn't an impact. What did USC do to stop him that game? Were they chipping him? Was the tackle he playing just better than him, dominating him? Like, I would, Jamel. You don't just watch the guys' good games. Like when I was looking at Fournette, I didn't want to just watch the games Fournette runs for 254 touchdowns and they win by 15. I wanted to watch the Alabama game. Why did Fournette struggle against Alabama? What did Alabama do to stop him? I mean, you don't want to just watch the good. If you just gonna watch the good, you might as well just watch the highlights. You gotta watch the good and the bad, gentlemen. Let me see. I wonder if I click off of this, can I do other stuff? Like, could I go on Twitter and this would still be going? I ain't gonna do it just in case it messes it up, though. But it's pretty cool. So you can go, this is how you go live off of your phone by getting Wirecast. I paid, what was it, $5.99 for this? But it's cool. I mean, I can go on live on the go. So I don't have to, normally if I go live, that means I gotta take my computer out, I gotta set up my computer, then set it up, all that, blah, blah, blah. Then I gotta, I don't know, like normally staying on the laptop, so now I gotta log in on my phone. But you can't let the laptop go to sleep, because if you let it go to sleep, then the Hangout won't be live. This, I can just let it rock on live and be going about my day. Especially like if I'm on a delivery or something driving. I can, go on live and just be, talking football, chilling with y'all on live. That's dope. That was a pretty good idea, Wirecast. Dirty Bird Jamel, I agree with you, T-Money. That's what I do. Exactly. You can't just watch the good games. So if you want to just watch the good games or the good moments, then just watch the highlights. So, y'all guys in the that's watching right now, who was somebody that you really wanted that went somewhere else or that your team didn't decide to draft? For me, a guy that I really wanted pre-draft was Carlos Henderson, wide receiver out of Louisiana Tech. The youngin' is dope, man. Fast. Production was there. He had 19 touchdowns in the air. I think about 3 more in the other phases of the game. In his 19 receiving touchdowns, tied Corey Davis. Won offensive MVP and specials MVP for his conference. And being greedy, that guy from Kansas State, Willis. Jordan Willis. For me, I wanted, okay, so both y'all wanted Willis. I know we was looking at him. But yeah, Jordan Willis. Who else was somebody like that for me? I wanted Obi. I liked Buda Baker, but I kind of got on that kind of late. Derek Rivers. Is Derek Rivers a guy that went to New England? From like Youngstown. If that is, I think I liked him. Who else? Somebody that I really wanted? Obi, Carlos. I wanted a shot at Cam Robinson. We didn't get him. He went early in the second round, extra early. Who else did I really want? I wanted a chance at either Kittle or Jake Butt, the tight ends that went later. Yeah, dude from Youngstown. Okay, I thought that was. Yeah, I like Derek Rivers. New England waited for about 11 days, and they still got Derek Rivers. Man. The New England just has all the balls and whatever you want to say it, lottery balls, bounced their way, man, all the time. And they got Brandon Cooks to pick up his 5th-year option already, which New Orleans couldn't do. Reuben Chubbs, that's a crazy-ass situation, man. Reuben Foster on the phone with New England because New England is anticipating Seattle making a pick, and they're not going to go middle linebacker with Bobby Wagner. And the 49ers jumped them, trade up to take Reuben Foster. He had the Saints on the hold. He's talking to the 49ers. And when the 49ers saw I mean, when the Saints saw that the 49ers had jumped them, they hung up while he. That was crazy, man. Jamel said, I can't lie, that dude Bill Belichick is a mastermind. Yeah. And that comes from having the rope from winning. So even when you do make a mistake, are you going to fire Bill Belichick? No. He's the most winningest coach of our generation. For most of us. Especially for me, football-wise. Because I ain't that old. You know, I wasn't there for the Jimmy Johnson. Well, I mean, I was born with Jimmy Johnson, but Jimmy Johnsons and Tom Landry and Vince Lombardi, all them guys. So Belichick definitely is probably the best football coach of my time. But yeah, when you get that winning, you get that lease. So you can pick up a Chad Ochocinco, and Chad Ochocinco fizzles out and busts and nobody says anything. You can trade away a Randy Moss who had 150 touchdowns for you a year and nobody gonna say nothing. Because again, you gonna fire Bill Belichick? Besides the fact he's a GM and the coach, so he can build a team exactly how he wants to build a team. He don't gotta ask nobody permission. He don't gotta do nothing. If he wants somebody, he go get him. If he don't, they ain't gonna have him. So he never has that problem that some coaches have of the GM really likes somebody or the owner really, owner-wise. I think Robert Kraft trusts Bill Belichick. So it would never be that situation of Robert Kraft wanting somebody, Belichick don't want them, and Kraft making them take them anyway. I.e., supposedly how the story goes with RG3 and the Shanahans. The Shanahans didn't want RG3. They just wanted to wait on Cousins. But the owner made them take RG3 anyway, and they traded all their future picks for a guy that the Shanahans didn't really want and screwed over and messed up his career. Belichick ain't got to deal with none of that. Belichick have who? Everybody on Belichick team, Belichick wanted. If you gonna question it, okay, now what? You gonna fire me? Hell no. But yeah, that Reuben Foster pick was crazy. Now that would have made me a little bit more afraid of your defense, Chubbs. If you'd have got Lattimore and Reuben Foster in the first round, woo. Jamel, they can afford to take a guy like Corey Dillon and get it. Well, Corey Dillon balled, so. It was never that chance of, hey, Belichick, you told us to get Corey. Now, if Corey Dillon would have came and Corey Dillon played for 3 years and in none of his years he looked like the old Corey Dillon, then, yeah, some people want to question Belichick. But, again, you question him, you going to fire me? Like, don't come with that dumb don't talk that dumb stuff if you ain't going to fire me. But, yeah, Belichick, I mean, it wasn't given to him. He earned it. He earned a lot of rope to do what he wanted to do. Okay. See, I just tried it. Did it mess up or anything if anybody can see it yet? I tried to get off the app and see what would happen. Did it mess up or anything? Coming up on 40 minutes. I'm going to give y'all a couple more minutes to say stuff. If not, got a little hooping in at the Y today, so I'm a little bit sore. Gonna chill out, man. Probably gonna get some Chinese. Anybody who messes with me, bro, you gotta be ready to eat some daggone Chinese, Japanese. Like, if I can move that, well, nah, because our Chinese ain't they Chinese. But that's another discussion for another day. Unless somebody start asking about that. But our Chinese food, our Japanese food is not Asian people's Chinese and Japanese food. I'm just gonna throw that out there. So I wonder if I comment. Can I see my own comment? This is dope. That movie is good for people who have Netflix. But do I have any other draft day thoughts? For us, for everybody to be talking about, oh, this is not a defensive draft, this is not a defense. I mean, this is a defense draft. Ain't no offensive draft. Ain't no elite wide receivers. No quarterbacks. We might not even have a quarterback first round. Them first 10 picks. You got what? Mitch, Mahomes, Mike Williams, Corey Davis, Fournette. What's that? 5 offensive guys in the first 10 picks. But oh my God, the offensive players are not that good in this draft. And man, I'm loving that we finally put them pieces around Cam, man. You gave Cam 2 weapons and a linebacker. I mean, not a linebacker. 2 weapons, offensive tackle, and a fullback. That's good, man. I'm really excited about this Carolina offense this year, man. Just excited about the possibilities. Excited to see Cam back to balling out, man. Other than that, we haven't had another comment, unless somebody gonna sneak one in. But this is your boy, Mr. T Money 1993, aka Straight Facts, because that's all I speak on this YouTube thing, man. And I'm about to raise up out of here. Hit me up on Twitter, T Muhammad. Oh, I'm tripping. Yeah, T Muhammad 23. Anybody who watches me on Cat Chronicles, watch me on there. I should be back on my YouTube even more. Breaking down the games, breaking down my thoughts on everything. I got some other opportunities out there in the air that I'm hoping to share with y'all soon. Other than that, I'm out.